AI and data privacy.
Welcome back with episode 27 of the Turing Test Podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Jamie, and with me, as always, is the brilliant, though sometimes irritating, Rachel.
I swear, Jamie, one day I'm going to beat you up. I think I'm the voice of reason here, Jamie. And hello to our listeners.
Ooh, I'm so scared, Rachel. Haha, right, the voice of reason who thinks robots are going to take over the world. Anyway, today we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of AI and data privacy. It's a hot topic, especially with all the, recent stuff going on with,
You mean the lawsuits against AI music generators? Yeah, that's definitely a big one. And Reddit threatening to crack down on data scraping. It's like the Wild West out there right now.
Exactly. So, Rachel, let's start with the basics. How worried should we really be about AI and our privacy? Is it all just hype, or is our data actually at risk?
Look, I think it's naive to think our data isn't at risk. AI systems are data-hungry beasts. They need massive amounts of information to function, and that information often includes, us. Our shopping habits, our browsing history, even our faces are being used to train these things.
Okay, but isn't that data anonymized? Like they're not using our names and addresses, right?
Anonymized? Please. You can anonymize data all you want, but with enough data points, it's surprisingly easy to re-identify individuals. And let's be honest, how many companies actually prioritize perfect anonymization? It's expensive and time-consuming.
Okay, so you're saying we're all doomed? That's a bit dramatic, don't you think?
Doomed? No. But we need to be realistic about the risks. We need stronger regulations, better transparency, and frankly, we need to be a lot more careful about what data we share.
But AI can also be used to enhance privacy, right? Like better encryption, fraud detection, things like that.
Sure, it can. But that's like saying a hammer can be used to build a house or to bash someone's head in. It's the application of the technology that matters, not the technology itself.
Okay, so what's the solution then? Do we just stop using AI altogether? Go back to the Stone Age?
Don't be ridiculous. We're not going back to the Stone Age. But we need to be proactive. We need to demand better privacy practices from companies, and we need to educate ourselves about the risks.
Educate ourselves. Most people don't even understand how AI works, let alone the intricacies of data privacy.
Then we need to make it easier for them to understand. We need clear, concise information, not just pages and pages of legal jargon.
All right. I get it. We need to be more aware. But honestly, Rachel, sometimes you sound like one of those conspiracy theorists on YouTube.
Oh, come on. That's a low blow, Jamie. I'm just trying to be realistic. You're acting like this is all some abstract problem, but it's affecting real people right now.
Okay, I hear you. But let's not get too carried away. We still need to acknowledge the benefits of AI. It's not all doom and gloom.
Of course there are benefits, but we can't just blindly embrace the technology without considering the potential downsides. It's like, remember that movie Jurassic Park? They were so focused on the wonder of bringing dinosaurs back to life that they forgot about the, eating people part.
Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, Rachel. But I see your point. We need to be cautious. So, what can our listeners do to protect themselves? Any practical tips?
Well, for starters, be mindful of what you share online. Read privacy policies, even though they're boring as hell. Use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. And, maybe think twice before using that face filter on social media.
Good advice. And speaking of advice, by the way, so before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test Podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge courses in generative AI, large language models, edge AI, robotics, and computer vision. You can get a free generative AI course at bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast or go to www.augmentedstartups.com. Okay, so we've talked about the risks, we've talked about the benefits, and we've given some practical tips. But what about the bigger picture? What do you think the future holds for AI and data privacy?
Honestly, I think it's going to be a constant battle. As AI gets more sophisticated, the potential for misuse will only grow. We need to stay vigilant, keep pushing for better regulations, and maybe, just maybe, we can find a way to harness the power of AI without sacrificing our privacy in the process.
Well said, Rachel. And on that somewhat optimistic note, we're going to wrap things up for today. Any final thoughts?
Just that this is a conversation we need to keep having. It's not going away anytime soon. And, Jamie, maybe lay off the robot apocalypse movies for a while. They're clearly getting to you.
Hey, I just like to be prepared. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Turing Test Podcast.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI University to upgrade your skills and become an AI expert fast. Go to bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast to enroll in your free cutting-edge AI course at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.